Okay. We are live on Facebook. Hello, world. Hello, Leslie.
Hi.
Carolina says hi.
Yeah, teacher, thank you.
Minami, we can't hear you. Do you want to put on? There we go.
Hello, everyone.
So we're just waiting for more students to come. We should have students arrive today, but right now we only have 2 students, but we're going to start the class. So hello, everyone. Hello, Facebook world. Hello, RCIIS fans. Hello, Pasi and Annika, if you're watching, and Leslie T and the whole world. We love you, and we hope you have a fun time with us tonight on Zoom. It's actually, I don't know, what is it, Zoom or Facebook or both? We're using Zoom, but we're on Facebook Live. So hello, Facebook world. Today in our class, this is what we're going to do. We're going to introduce ourselves in a moment. But our program for today includes these things. We will introduce ourselves to you. Yes, we're live on Facebook right now. We're going to follow a detailed plan of speaking and listening that I have on a piece of paper. And we're going to finish our speaking about the far north and discuss 3 videos that we watched yesterday. We're going to practice speaking, listening, and pronunciation. We'll be live from 5 to 6:45, then we're going to take a break. And then we'll be live again from 7:05 to 8:20. Oh, interesting. We have our friend Jennifer coming right now. Big drum roll, boom, 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 boom. Here she comes. There she is, every day. So Carolina, how are you today?
Fine, teacher. I am fine today. I am excited by this transmission.
Hello, Jennifer, Irma.
Teacher. Hi, everybody. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hi, everyone.
So Jennifer and Irma, do you remember that we're live on Facebook right now? We're going to be live until 8:20 p.m. After that, we will say our goodbyes to each other. You can say a goodbye speech to each other. But before that, we're going to show the world our wonderful speaking class. But don't worry about the people out there. Just speak to me and speak to each other. So yesterday we watched 3 films. Do you remember?
Yes.
Can you tell me about them? What was film number 1?
Number 1, Aurora, Boreal Aurora.
Yeah. Okay, that's one word. What was the other word?
Northern Lights.
Northern Lights. Good. I'm going to put it here. Northern Lights.
It was about Yellowknife.
Good. So that's the place. Yeah, Yellowknife. What territory or province is that in Canada? Do you remember?
Yeah.
Yellowknife, yeah.
Yellowknife. Is it in Ontario?
No, not it.
Tsunami? You can look in your books. You can cheat.
I forgot the name. Yellowknife.
Something territories. What's the name? Yellowknife.
Yellowknife.
North.
Northwest.
North.
West, yes.
Yeah.
Northwest Territory. Right. It's far, far north. Is it much colder there than in Toronto, or what do you think?
It's colder than Toronto.
Yes.
In this place.
How much colder? 10 degrees or 20 degrees?
Oh, I mean 40.
40 degrees colder?
Maybe 20 degrees.
Yes.
Okay. What's the other word that goes with Aurora? Aurora, it's with a B.
Aurora Boreal.
Yeah. Aurora Borealis. Northern Lights. Maybe this is like the scientific word and this is like the English word for those things. And number 2, what was video number 2 yesterday?
And phone living area with polar bear.
Good. Life with polar bears, right?
Yes.
Where is Arby at? What is the name of the territory or province?
Nunavut.
Good.
Yeah, I would.
Good. It looks like Nunavut, but we pronounce this one very short, none of it. None of it. I'm pretty sure. And number 3?
Polar bear country, Churchill.
Okay, yeah. This one was.
Churchill, Manitoba.
Which film was a reality film showing real life? 1, 2, or 3?
I think number 2.
Yes.
Number 2. Which film did you like the most? Carolina? Which one?
The first in Yellowknife, because there is a place that I want to, I'd like to go in a moment.
Good. I'd like to go there. I would like to go there.
Yeah.
Good. It's a place I'd like to go. Do you remember these words from yesterday? This one we didn't study, but these 5 words, do you remember? Can you match the word with the definition? What is
yeah.
Which one is frostbite here? Jennifer, Irma, what is frostbite?
Frostbite.
Yesterday. Do you remember I said on your skin, you can have a problem. Which one is it?
Yeah.
It's like frozen.
Frozen
Your
skin.
skin?
Okay, your teacher gave it away here. Yeah, your skin is frozen. Do you remember we talked about people have to have their fingers amputated sometimes?
Yes.
What is this one?
Mukluk.
Maklak.
Oh, maklak.
Makala.
Maklak.
I showed you a picture yesterday. Do you remember?
Something like boots? No.
They're soft winter boots, yeah. Interesting. Today I did some research. Sometimes they make these winter boots from a seal. Something from a seal. Maybe their skin is very soft. What is a tundra? Which one is a tundra? Or which one is tundra? Uncountable.
Far north.
Polar region. Far north.
Nope. That's not the best definition.
Treeless Arctic region.
Yeah, so tundra could be, it's probably in the north because it says Arctic. Yeah, so it's in the north, but it's treeless and it's flat. So these are the words that define tundra. Yesterday, in video number 3, do you remember in Churchill, they showed the little flowers that grow, the places where the flowers grow?
Yes.
So they don't have any trees, but they can grow little flowers on the rocks. So which one is Arctic?
Polar region.
Polar region. Far north.
Yeah. And then seal or permafrost? Which one is a polar bear's favorite food? What does a polar bear like to eat? Does he like to eat permafrost or does he like to eat seal?
Seal.
Right. Okay, so we have a new word here. What is permafrost? What is this word? What does it mean? What is permafrost? Permafrost. Okay, so maybe you don't know, but if you look at the word, can you break the word down into 2 pieces? What do you see, Carolina? Do you see 2 different words here? in one word? 2 ideas?
Yeah.
So what do you think it means?
Maybe. Mm, it's like a river frozen, like a place frozen.
Good. So you have this word here, frost, which is a noun, which means like ice and stuff on the ground. And what does perma mean?
Like forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. So I'm going to underline that one like that. So it's permafrost. Forever. Disney movie. What's the name of the Disney movie? Forever?
Frozen.
Okay. Teacher's helping you a little because we're live and we want to keep going and get to your speaking. So actually permafrost is not a river, but it's a layer under the ground. So when you go to the tundra, you see like little flowers, but under the soil, under the ground, there's a layer that is permanently frozen. So that's what permafrost is. That's a situation that happens in the Arctic or that is ongoing. So it's always frozen. So there's a layer under the ground that is always frozen. What is interesting about this is that when the snow melts, it can't go under the permafrost because it's frozen. So then the water has to go like this. It has to go to the side. It can't go deep in the ground. Is that interesting? Did you know about permafrost before the class today?
No, I
No, I know.
So Jennifer, we were just looking at these words. Frostbite, the frozen skin. Makla is the soft winter boots. Tundra is the treeless Arctic region. And so today you can speak to each other. I have a speaking activity that's ready. I showed that to you yesterday. So I'm going to send that to you right now into your email account, to your inbox, and we can look at that together. And then you can speak together. We have 4 students here, so I'm going to ask 2 students to stay here, and 2 students can go into the breakout room, and we'll take turns, okay? So it looks like we have 3 students from Mexico, so actually 2 students from Mexico need to speak to each other today, unless someone else comes to class, but sometimes maybe we can have 4 students in a group. Okay, so everyone, if you check your email in about 30 seconds, I'm just going to copy your email addresses here. Who's here today? Carolina, Jennifer, Irma, and Manami. Can you check your inbox, everyone? You should have the speaking assignment. We'll look at it together after you get it. After you download it, please answer these questions and talk about the 3 films that we watched yesterday. It would be nice to watch the films again with people on Facebook Live, but we're finished with the films. We spent about 1 hour watching these 3 films yesterday. On average about 10 or 15 minutes. No, that would be about 20 minutes each, but we were also talking about them. So I think it only took about 45 minutes to watch the 3 films because we skipped some parts. But students, if you can look at the screen, I'm going to show you the speaking activity. So it's this one. We looked at this yesterday, the far north. And the questions are these ones. Why do some people choose to live in a cold place? And what do you think of the lifestyle of the people in the second video, the reality video? What do you think about their life? Do you think it's an easy life? Do you think it's difficult? What's your opinion about this? Would you like to live there? What do you think is your opinion? Number 2, what is the aurora borealis? You can explain it. How does it work? How do these beautiful lights show up in the sky? Do you know about that? Talk about social isolation, number 3. People are isolated from society. They're isolated from, big cities. They're isolated from highways. In the first video, we saw an ice highway across a lake, but they don't have a lot of cars up there. So people feel like they're isolated from, the rest of the world. They're up there in the north. How far north have you traveled? Is the far north interesting to you, or scary, mysterious, or even boring? And then talk about diversity. Canada has big cities, but Canada also has the Arctic region. Number 6, how is life in the far north different from other places in Canada? If you have not been to Canada, just try to imagine a big city like Toronto in the far north. And then how is it different from other places in the world? How is it different from where you live in Mexico or Japan? And how can we protect polar bears? Do you remember anything from the video yesterday about the ice, how sea ice is important? And have a discussion about, how people can survive and even thrive. Thrive is to flourish, to prosper, to do very well. How can people have a good life in the far north? Okay, so remember, I'm going to put 2 students in a group. So 2 students have to stay here. How about Minami and Carolina? You came here first, so you have had more time to feel comfortable. So Minami and Carolina, please stay here. And Irma and Jennifer, you can open the room. And then after we will switch. Next time, Irma and Jennifer, you stay. And Minami and Carolina can go. Okay?
Okay, teacher.
So this time, Carolina and Minami, don't click on the room. Leave it. And Irma and Jennifer, you can click on the room and you can do the discussion. I'll bring you back in 13 minutes. Thank you. Okay, so Minami and Carolina, if you want to share your screen, you can do that. You can have a discussion for 13 minutes. I'll listen to you. And if you make mistakes, that's good, because then I can help you. So don't worry, speak freely, speak to each other. Don't speak to me. I'm going to go on mute, okay?
Okay.
Great, go ahead.
Hi, Minami.
Hi, Carolina. So,
Okay.
yes. Why do some people choose to live in a cold place?
I think it's maybe because for them is more comfortable, it's more safety, principally.
Mm-hmm. So,
And you?
I'm not sure, but I imagine the cold place is cheaper to live than a big city. So I choose them. But yeah, because I think a cold place has a dangerous issue like polar bear like that. So
Yeah.
so I think more cheaper.
Yes. Yes. It's right. Then cheaper is one of the most important thing that the people
Yeah.
maybe think, no, for
Exactly.
they live in this place.
Yeah. So I also think you too maybe your cold place is more safe than a big city like Toronto. I don't know, but
Safer than a big city than Toronto. Yeah.
yes.
Okay. What do you think of the lifestyle of the people in the second video about polar bears?
I don't remember all the details in the video, but I think people think Polar bear is not dangerous.
Yeah.
The second video. Sorry, I forgot. I was confused the first video. So, sorry. Just in the second video, the polar bears appear to be the expression like dangerous. So people, because in the winter, people don't go outside to protect themselves from the polar bear. So I think their things a polar bear is so dangerous.
Yeah, me too. I think they lead by sealing these polar bears, and it's dangerous. I can imagine if I live in there. I don't like this this kind of life for me.
Exactly. Yes, and okay. So next question. What is the aurora borealis? So have you ever seen the northern lights?
No, I have never seen the northern lights, because I would like in seeing this auroras borealis once in my life.
Yeah. So yeah, me neither. So I have never seen the aurora borealis. So, but I watched the picture in the internet about that. So if I go to the Canada, I really want to see them. So I heard that it is so beautiful, so waves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful light in the sky.
Yes, yeah.
I heard before that Yellowknife is is one of the most popular place for seeing auroras borealis.
Yes.
And I
Yeah.
think that is beautiful.
Yeah, but you can see them to move to Canada next year, right?
Yeah. I will plan to move to Canada the next year.
Yes.
I hope seeing aurora boreal.
Yes.
Soon.
Yeah, so sounds nice.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So next one is how far? Oh, yes. No, sorry. Okay. How does social isolation affect people in the far north?
I think it can be very difficult for people stay in social isolation, because stay alone is for some people hard, and I don't know, but I seen the video yesterday. I saw in the video yesterday that this kind of people, there are in the most native from this place, and there are get used to this kind of life.
Yes, exactly. And maybe in the first video, so the people drive the ice highway, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, I think the city like have a big snow to connect other cities. So I think
they have to driven by frozen river, and there is wonderful. It is so amazing.
Yes, that's
crazy.
Amazing. Yeah, so the people connected other people to go to drive an ice highway. So I think it is reason to affect social isolation. Yeah.
Correct. How far north have you traveled?
How far? So just a moment. How?
Yeah.
Maybe.
For me, for example, I've never been in Canada, but I've been in Ohio, USA.
Yeah.
Is the most far away than I have traveled in my life.
So,
yeah. But I've been there before the last year, with my parents and my husband.
Yeah.
In maybe I don't remember in what season I was there, but I had never seen the snow yet.
Yes.
And you?
And I heard the experience to travel to, of course, Canada, like forgot the name. Vancouver, the Victoria, and to the America is Seattle. So I don't know which is northern places because I think yes, there is a maybe same how to say in English. So same.
Yeah, in the same position.
Yes,
located in the same.
Yes. So I don't know the more the northern place, but yes, there is. And
okay,
is the far north interesting you? And scary or mysterious or boring?
Yeah, it's interesting for me travel one day in the far north, but only just a trip, not but live here, but only just take a trip this place, especially for see the aurora borealis. I hope stay in this place soon.
Yes, so it sounded nice. So yeah, I also wanted to go there. So yeah, first I had been to Canada, but I've never been to the cold place in Canada. So I thought Canada has all cold place. Cold place.
Yeah.
So, but when I went to Canada, I felt it is so warm because all day to visit there, maybe the degrees, average of the degrees is almost 10 degrees. So it is so warm, right? So
Okay.
yeah, so I wanted to go the cold place in Canada. So, yeah, I imagine that Canada is a cold place and a beautiful place, right?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, one more minute. The other students are coming back, okay? So you can finish in 30 seconds.
Yes.
Okay.
And after watching the video, what do you think about Canada and its diversity?
I think Canada has wonderful biodiversity and especially a great fauna. And I like in this place lives polar bears and it's special. It's a great place for live. And
yeah, exactly.
It's a great place to live, right?
yeah, right. A great place to live.
Because you have the adjective great, and then you have an infinitive to live. It's nice to see you. I'm happy to meet you. So when you have the adjective, we use that infinitive. We studied that earlier. Good job, everyone. Good job, Irma and Jennifer. I came to listen to you too for a few minutes. Thank you for doing this, studying the far north. Do you feel Canadian?
No, not yet.
Maybe you need to get a coffee cup like this and get some red and white in your house. Irma has a red shirt on. These are the colors of Canada, right?
Yes.
If you put blue in there, then it's very American. So we take the blue away and we keep the red and the white. And this makes our heart feel so good in Canada when we see the red maple leaf. Okay.
Yeah.
While you were speaking, I was listening to you and I found a few things that I can show you, okay? Just to help you with your speaking. Are you okay? Don't be angry, please, Jennifer. Are you okay, Jennifer? Okay. It's not only Jennifer. It was mostly Manami this time because I was listening to Manami was doing a lot of speaking. So good job, Manami.
Really?
You are the champion. You are the champion. You are the champion today. Manami is the champion. You know why? Because I think you made a few mistakes. That means you can learn more.
Okay. Okay.
This is the only game we're playing today. Everyone is the champion if you learn something here. Let's go take a look at this. A student said this is not correct, okay? A cold place or more safe. You remember when you make the comparative, you can, for short syllables like cold, hot, you can just put ER. Sometimes we put an extra consonant, H-O-T-T-E-R, hotter or hotter. So you could just say a colder and safer place. I think the far north is colder and safer than Toronto. So for short adjectives, you can just do this. If you have a long adjective, like interesting or beautiful, do you remember you can say it is more interesting? Or my mother is more beautiful than your mother, like that. So you put the more for the long adjectives. And then $30 per hour. It's okay if you put this one, $30 for an hour. $30 for every hour. But this is a short way to say it. You can just say per. This is a nice little word here. This one. $30 per hour. 100 kilometers per hour. When I'm driving my car on the highway, it says limit 100 kilometers per hour. So per is like for and. Then this one here, you need to use so much clothes. Remember that much is used with non-count nouns. For example, how much money do you have? Much money, much tea. How much tea do you want? For non-countable nouns, but for countable nouns, we have to use many. You need to use so many clothes in the winter. You can also say you need to use a lot of clothes or some other expression like that. Okay, here's another one. You need to put special shoes. This one is okay if you put the preposition at the end, which in British English is technically, I think, not correct because you shouldn't put prepositions at the end of your sentence, but in Canada and America, it's okay. You need to put special shoes on, or you can say you need to wear, here's the vocabulary I'm highlighting, you need to wear special shoes or boots in the winter. Another one I heard Manami say, it's a reason to affect. I'm not sure if you use affect or effect, but I think you need to use this one. It's one of the factors that affects social isolation. So effect is when you cause something. Affect is when you influence someone. Here's an example of my, from my own life. My mother's good example has really affected me in a good way. So she has influenced me. If anyone's watching live on Facebook, I'm probably making a mistake somewhere, but I'm probably, 95% correct. So the students are learning something here. And that's the main point. I thought Canada was an all cold place. I think what you are saying is this one. I thought all of Canada was cold. All of Canada. I think this might be a noun of noun situation. The United States of America. All of Canada. The whole part, the big part, everything of Canada. Which we would say this way, all of Canada. I thought all of Canada was cold. Or I thought every place in Canada was cold. So these are kind of like these noun phrases. It's a noun phrase where we have a noun, preposition, noun put together. So it's like a big noun. I thought this was cold. I thought that was cold. Are you okay? So? I don't know if you will remember any of this, but maybe at the end of the class, I can send this to you in an email. And if it's interesting, you can use it in the future somehow. Look at it. It was our first activity together. I don't do this every day, but today I can do this. I can listen to you because we finished the final test on Wednesday and we didn't have any homework yesterday. I don't need to prepare anything. This is our last day together. How do you feel about that? Are you sad? No? You're okay. You've had enough of me. Get rid of that guy. I want a new teacher, right? No? Jennifer, are you going to miss me? Yes? Okay. Jennifer eats such delicious food. I can smell it through the computer. You know, I want someone to bring me some of that pizza. What is that? Like nice greasy pizza. Sorry, we're live on Facebook. Hello, Facebook. It's our little joke, inside joke. Hey, all you English teachers, this is how you can have fun teaching English. You need some inside jokes with your students. You need to have fun. Okay, that's enough. Don't worry. Sorry, Jennifer, if I embarrassed you, but thank you for playing around. I'm just being myself. I have to be myself. Okay, we're going to do another speaking activity. So today we're going to do a lot of speaking. After break, we will do listening and speaking. Okay, so before break, we will do one more speaking thing. This one is easy. You just need to interview another student about their learning styles. Do you remember we studied that yesterday? Learning styles. Okay, Manami, you'll see it here on the screen. So when you don't understand a word, number one, would you prefer to look it up in a dictionary or try to guess the meaning? What is your learning style? Which one would you choose? Carolina? Number one, interview your partner. The teacher's interviewing the whole class now. Circle the ways your partner prefers to improve his or her English.
Look it up in a dictionary.
Okay, so you would rather do this one. So ask each other these questions. When you're finished, can you get a piece of paper and write down the other students' answers? So Carolina, if you interview Jennifer and Jennifer said A, then put 1A. And then ask Jennifer question 2, and Jennifer said 2B or whatever. And put all of her answers on a piece of paper. And then we can switch partners and you can practice doing reported speech. So you can say, I interviewed Jennifer, and Jennifer said that she preferred to look up words in the dictionary. So when you do the reported speech, you have to go back one from present to past. She said she preferred. So you can interview each other. I'm going to send you the file. Put the person's name here. So I'm going to ask Irma and Jennifer to stay here. Minami and Carolina, you can go to the other room. And then after break, we'll switch partners. Do you have a piece of paper? Can you put their name here? So put the name here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. And then just put A, B, A. Put their answers here. And then you can report the answers to another student. Here's the file, everyone. You don't have the file. I have to send it to you here. Where's my, there it is. Okay, if you check your inbox, you can see activity number 2, interview. The questions are there for you to use. If you want to share your screen, you can do that. Like if it's easier for you both, and you can do it any way you want. So Minami, you can ask Carolina. Carolina, you can ask Minami. Irma, you can ask Jennifer. Jennifer, you can ask Irma. Put the other students' answers down. I'll bring you back in 10 minutes, and then we can change partners. And then you can report what the other person said. It's a nice little activity to practice reported speech, but first you need some information from someone else. This is not a difficult activity, it's fairly easy, but I think you can practice speaking kind of quickly. Question 1, blah, 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 what's your answer? Question 2, dot, 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 and then just go down. Let's see if you can do this in 10 minutes. So this time, Irma and Jennifer, can you stay here? And Minami and Carolina, you can go there. So Irma, Jennifer, stay. Minami, Carolina, I'll bring you back in 10 minutes. Thank you. Okay, you guys can speak to each other. I'm going to go on mute, so have fun. If you want to do your own answers now, that's okay. But I think it's better if you ask the other student, and then when they answer you, then you write down their answer A or B. That's the purpose of the activity. Thank you. That's so funny. Jennifer, are you finished? Yeah?
Teacher, everything I put A.
That's because, I don't know why that is. Maybe that's a coincidence. Maybe it's
Everything A.
everything is A. Well, that's gonna be
Yeah.
okay. That's gonna be easy for Irma, but Jennifer, I was hoping that Irma could ask you the question, and then you can say, my answer is A. My answer is A, like that. So I wanted you guys to speak to each other. So can you give the other student your answers then? Like, you have 7 minutes. So Irma, you need to get the answers from Jennifer. Jennifer, you need to get the answers from Irma. And then you're gonna share them with someone else. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Start you, Jennifer?
No.
What?
You first, my friend Irma.
I asked, wait. Number one,
Yes.
when you don't understand a word, would you prefer to A?
A. Okay. I prefer look it up in a dictionary. Or access Google.
Yeah.
Traduction. Google.
Google.
Yeah.
Okay. And number two, me too. And my and these questions, I considered with you. A. I look.
But and number two.
Number one.
Number one. Okay.
Yeah. And number two, if you don't understand what someone says, would you rather and
Is A.
as
the person ask the person to replay it.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the same for me.
Yes.
Number three, when you hear a new word in English, would you rather write it down?
Write it down.
Yeah,
I have a book. Bueno.
Yeah.
Yeah. I put the new words.
Glossary. Yeah.
I put new words in my book and try the study when the English class finished.
Yeah.
And try to study the new works, and sometimes this book stay with me in my work. When I stay in my break, sometimes I'm study in my break sometime.
It's great.
Mm-hmm.
And number 4, when you make a mistakes in English,
Always.
you prefer someone to
Number 8. Correct immediately.
yeah.
I'm try teacher.
Yeah.
I'm try teacher always.
A, correct A. Okay.
Yes.
Jenny. And number 5, when you are a English speaker, would you prefer to
try to talk to the person?
My option, I choose letter B. Listen while he or she speaks.
Sometimes, but I prefer try.
To talk.
Yes, I try. When I made a mistake, I prefer made a mistake and try to
only listen.
Correct.
Only listen.
Exactly.
Number 6, when you have to contact someone in English, would you rather
call him or her on the phone?
I prefer send him or her an email.
Yes?
Yes. I prefer to send him or her an email.
No, I prefer call.
Call?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, yes. I prefer A. Okay, you is the same to me, only 5, the number 5 to put the letter B, no?
Letter 5 and the letter 6. And
okay.
Number 6.
Number 6 too?
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. Okay.
And teacher asked you about me, about my questions?
Do you want to ask me? Or do you want me to ask you?
No, I don't know.
Okay. Other students are coming back, so they're going to tell you what they learned. So Irma, you can tell Minami and Carolina what you learned about Jennifer.
Okay.
And then Jennifer, you can tell them what you learned about Irma. And then like that, so you can report to the class.
Okay.
Okay.
So you can say, I spoke to Jennifer, and this is what she said.
Okay.
She prefers what? To look it up in a dictionary, to ask the person to repeat it, to write it down. Have you heard of type A personalities and type B personalities? A and B? Yep. Type A personalities are people who want to be the boss and in charge. And type B personalities are more peaceful and laid back. So your personality maybe affects your learning style. I think so. Some people are more peaceful and patient, and other people are more impulsive and in control. So Irma is going to go first. Thank you, Carolina and Minami, for coming back. Irma is going to report what Jennifer said, and then Jennifer is going to report what Irma said, and then Carolina and Minami, you can, let's do it as a big group so we can keep going on, because we're going to get to some grammar before break, okay? Grammar practice, nothing new. So Irma, can you go ahead?
Yes. Minami? With Minami? Okay.
No. So Irma, can you tell the whole class, can you tell us what Jennifer said?
Okay. Jennifer said that she was looked up a dictionary when she didn't understand a word.
Okay, good, yeah. And what kind of answers did Jennifer have? Were they A, B? Or Irma, what kind of answers did she have for her 6 answers? What were Jennifer's answers, Irma?
Letter A.
Letter A.
Letter A.
Oh, interestingly, Jennifer said A. What about Carolina? Carolina, can you tell us about Minami?
Yes, teacher. I interviewed Minami, and Minami told me about the first question. When she doesn't understand a word, she prefers look it up in a dictionary. And for the second question, Minami told me if she don't understand what someone says, she rather ask the person to repeat it. And the third question, the answer to Minami was the letter E. When she heard a new word in English, she rather writing down. And the fourth question, Minami answered letter B. When she makes a mistake in English, she prefers ignore it. And for the 5th question, Minami answered the letter A. And when she meets a native English speaker, she prefers to try to tell to the person. It is dependent situation, but the first selection is try to tell to the person. And finally, the last question, when she had to contact someone in English, she rather send him or her an email.
Oh, okay. Nice. Thank you, Carolina. Remember when you have the word here, don't, if you don't, but then when you talk about a fact about Minami, you have to say, when she doesn't.
Yeah.
She doesn't. So for Q2, you have to change to the S. But you did pretty good. You put S here with makes. So I could hear the S. Okay, Jennifer, can you tell us about Irma?
Yes, teacher. Irma told me about the first question. She chose the letter A. Look it up in a dictionary. When she does understand a word, does understand a word. The number 2, she told me a letter B. Ask the person to replay it when she doesn't understand what someone say.
Okay.
The number 3, she told me letter A. Write it down. when she hear a new word in English. Number 4, she told me letter A to correct immediately when she make a mistake in English. Then number 5, she told me letter B, listen while her or she speak when she meet a native English speaker. And finally, the number 6, she told me letter B, send him or her an email when she have a contact someone in English.
Okay, good. Thank you, Jennifer. Look at here, Jennifer, you said when she hear a new word, when she hears a new word. And number 5, she would prefer to listen. She would prefer to listen. Good. Okay, we have one more person, which is Minami. Minami, can you tell us about Carolina?
Sure. So I interviewed Carolina. So she told me first question is when you don't know, she'd prefer to look it up in the dictionary when she doesn't understand the words. And the second question, if she doesn't understand what someone says, she'd rather ask the person to repeat it. And third question, when she hears a new word in English, she'd rather write it down. And the fourth question, she told me it depends on the situation. If she has a meeting, she'd rather, she'd prefer to correct it immediately, but she was talking with someone, she'd prefer to ignore it. And the fifth question, when she meets a native English speaker, she'd prefer to listen while he or she speaks. And finally, when she has to contact someone in English, she'd rather send him or her an email because of their email is so more easier.
Good. An email is easier. Yep. Good. Okay, number 2, if you don't understand what someone says, if you don't understand what someone says, but if you, when she doesn't understand a word that someone says, so in this situation, we need to use that.
Okay.
When you don't understand a word, it would be the same here. See this question, if you don't understand what someone says. So you can use what someone says, or you can say a word. After word here, you have to say that someone says. So the second one, this is correct and correct. So there's no error here anymore. So you can see here, this one is correct, and this one is correct. In here, you have a word, and then after this a word, we have to define it. We can't say a word what someone says. So this becomes a defining clause to define a word. Do you understand? So a word is here, and then we have to define the word. We can't say a word what someone says. After a word, you have to put that or which. We are not going to study that today. It's going to be a topic in the future in our class, but you guys will be in the next level. So what someone says or a word that someone says. It's a little bit difficult to catch right away. Okay, good job. Guess what? That's enough for speaking for now. You can turn off your speaking motor and turn on your grammar power. Do you have grammar power?
Yeah.
Before break? 30 minutes before break. This is like running a marathon. You can work in a group, 4 students together. But you have to stay in this room together, okay? So in the main room. First, let's go back to this, talking about active and passive. This verb here is the be verb. It's not really an action, but with the verb destroying is an action, right? What about this one? We need plans. Where's the verb here? What's the verb in this sentence?
Need.
Good. Is need a big action or no? Do you think need is like a big action? No, it's not a big action. But because we have the subject here, and then we have the people need something, so we call this the active voice. Here we have the be verb, but this is because this is present continuous. So these ones actually go together like this. They're together, they make the verb. You know this. Now, how do you make this sentence? Rapid urbanization is destroying forests. So this is the active subject. How do you make a passive sentence using because of? We studied this before. How do you make this sentence? Rapid urbanization is destroying forests, and turn it into a passive voice sentence. Can you do that?
Forest is being destroyed because of rapid urbanization.
Okay, almost perfect. Look at the subject. Is this plural? So what do you need to do here? One more time. See, this one is singular. Or
forests are destroyed. It is impasse.
Okay. How do you make the be verb? This one is present.
Are being destroyed.
I know you can do this. Good. So forests are being destroyed because of
rapid urbanization.
Good. So forests are being destroyed because of rapid urbanization. So the forests, are the forests active or passive?
Passive.
They're passive, right? So then your grammar has these two parts. You have the big be verb here, and then you have the past participle. You guys know about this. I'm going to put PP here. This is not present perfect. That's past participle. And then up here is your be. Okay, this is a trick. This one here. If we have the active here, we need plans for urban development. What about the passive? Do you want to make the passive, or do you want to say it's not necessary? If you want to make the passive, go ahead.
I think it's not necessary, but the passive voice okay. Plans for urban development.
Okay. Plans for urban development.
Has
no
been was.
Okay, so is this past? Is this present perfect? What tense is this? What would you say this is?
Present simple.
So then what are you going to do here for your be verb?
Have.
No. Right.
Are.
Yeah. Together, everyone. Good, Carolina, you don't have to do everything by yourself.
Are needed.
Good.
Are needed.
So plans for urban development are needed.
For preserve green space.
Good.
Or by we or by use for preserve green space. Or only.
Very, 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 very good. Very good. You can do it in different ways. You can use different prepositions. We're going to use the preposition to, and then we're going to use the preposition for. Here, actually, we could say plans for urban development that preserve green spaces are needed. That's one way. Let's look at that one. So plans for urban development. So this is your big thing here. You can put it here. Plans for urban development that preserve green spaces. Am I off the board? No. So plans for urban development that preserve green spaces are needed, period. But maybe Carolina's idea is better to take this one away, and then she used for. Plans for urban development are needed for
preserve or okay. Preserve green space.
Yeah, you're going to have to use the ing here. So with this preposition, we use ing. Preserving. She's really good in preserving her food. Or plans are needed for preserving green spaces. What about this one if you do it another way with to?
To preserve.
Exactly. You got on grammar. I'm so proud of you. To preserve green spaces. I think this is a better way to say it because you have your strong idea here and then a verb. So the subject or the passive subject is like the king, the verb is like the queen, and then you have your purpose over here. Guess what? Today, you can practice making either active sentences. This one is actually good. We need plans. I like this one. Good. Plans for urban development are needed. If you don't want to say we, then you make the passive. We don't know who needs them. You don't need to say by us. If you want to, you can go like that. But in this situation, it sounds more educated, professional if you don't put the people there. We know it's by people. So that's actually beautiful. Rapid urbanization is destroying forests. Beautiful. Forests are being destroyed because of rapid urbanization. Beautiful. So sometimes we use active. I eat pizza every day. Not pizza is eaten by me, right? So sometimes active is necessary, sometimes passive is necessary, and sometimes both are beautiful. So today you can choose what you want to do. You can make sentences in the active or you can make them in the passive. I'm going to give you an assignment from the book. We might not finish before break. You can try. Let me show you the assignment. And you can start before break together, 4 students. Here's the assignment from the book. Like this, not this one. No, what was this? Okay, here we go. Right here, look at the first sentence. Teacher, you tricked us. Environmental issues. It's actually right here. Forests are being destroyed because of rapid urbanization. So you have 6 problems. You have 6 causes. You can see that they used, can you see here? That they used, where's my pen? They used this one, forests are being destroyed. And then they used rapid urbanization as the cause. You can make 6 sentences. This one is passive, right? I have this on the board. It's on the board, whiteboard. And the other one is active. You can choose which which way you want to speak. If you want to use the passive, you can use the passive. If you want to use the active, you can use the active. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to work together. Maybe when a student is speaking, you can practice writing your own sentence and you can introduce the idea to the group. And you can help each other with your grammar. If it takes a long time, that's okay. That's good. Because that means you're thinking about the grammar and you're helping each other. So if it's like a little difficult, ask each other, try to make 6 sentences. After break, we'll put 6 sentences on the board and then I will check your grammar. And if my grammar is wrong, I don't know, we'll have to call the grammar police and say, come here, put your teacher in jail. He doesn't know anything, okay? Bad joke, very bad joke. But sometimes at a Halloween party, they have grammar police in Canada. I remember in one school, they had grammar police. Can you check your inbox? You have the passive and active writing assignment. That's what I called it because you can use either one. You can use this or this. Just give me some beautiful English and you will be happy and I will be happy and everyone will be happy, including the people watching live on Facebook. They probably think this teacher is crazy, but that's okay. I'm not crazy. I'm just happy. And if you love reading, if you love grammar, if you love speaking, if you love English, you will be happy too. That's how life works, right? Right, Manami? So. I know they're not going to put us on real TV. This is just for Facebook. Okay, guys, are you working on it? Why don't you take a few minutes to try to make sentence number 1 or sentence 2, then talk to each other, share your ideas, and together, give me 6 sentences. Or would you rather work in a pair with only 2 students? Or would you prefer to work as a group of 4? Do you think 2 is better? Can I put you in 2s? I think it's better. Okay, who wants to go to the breakout room to get out of the spotlight? Irma? How about Minami? Irma and Minami, you can go. Okay? Jennifer and Carolina, you can stay here. You're the stars of the show. What's that, Irma? What's up? Oh, timeout? Okay. So Minami, stay here until she comes back because there's no use in going into the breakout room alone, right? To talk to yourself. That's not cool. We need people. Or a person, one person. Thank you for coming today, everyone. It's very nice that we have 4 students today. I hope we can have a good experience. I hope Josie drops in. I should check. No one is here in the waiting. She comes to say goodbye. By the way, if you're wondering, Anna is not here because she's going to continue in my class on Monday. So she didn't come today, but I believe she appreciates you, but she may be a little bit shy. And Natalia said goodbye yesterday. So that's why we only have Josie. Hopefully Josie will come, we'll see. And that's it. After break today, we'll say goodbye to each other. First, we'll say goodbye to the Facebook people at 8:20. So don't go away, Facebook. We're here until 8:20 p.m. And then after that, you can give a little goodbye speech. What are we doing? We're waiting for Irma to come back so Irma and Minami can work together. Do you understand the assignment? Yeah? Are you ready to go? How about if Jennifer and Carolina, you make 3 sentences, and Minami and Irma, you make 3 sentences. If they're the same sentences, that's fine. But they're your sentences. So Irma and Minami, try to make 3 sentences before break. Carolina and Jennifer, 3 sentences. We'll put them on the board soon. So Carolina and Jennifer, please stay here. And Irma and Manami, you can go work together. Thank you. When you guys are ready to speak to each other, you can share your ideas, and I can start to put your sentences on the board just to save time if you want. So work together if you can.
Jennifer, are you ready for your sentence?
Only have one.
Okay.
I put separate the garbage is an effort that is to be carried out as a team around the world. ¿Está muy larga?
No, it's okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
Do you have a tree now?
Okay. For the for situation, water is being contaminated due to factory waste. So it is necessary to delimit the space to put toxic waste from factories. Okay. I have for the second sentence, the quality of the air is being lowered due to fumes from car. And my solution is necessary to implement a daily vehicle circulation plan.
Mm-hmm. 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 Okay.
For the five sentence.
Only is 3, no?
What?
Only is 3, no?
The teacher asks for 3, but
Okay.
he said that if we have more, it's better.
Okay. I got it. 1. Marine life is being affected because of factory waste. It is necessary to find the factories, and that they have weight testament plant.
Okay.
Testament.
I have one more. Landfills are overflowing because of the lack of recycling.
Can you repeat, please?
Okay. Landfills are overflowing because of the lack of recycling.
The lack of recycling?
Because of the lack of recycling, and it is necessary to open new recycling companies or implement a new plan about recycling at the society. Society recycling plan, maybe.
Mm.
Okay, after 2 minutes, we're going to take a break. So do you have one sentence? They were making a sentence here. They're going to bring it back to us, or bring the sentence to us in a moment from their breakout room.
Okay.
But if you have a sentence for me, I can write your sentence down on the board. Do you have one for me?
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Marine life is being affected because of factory waste.
Marine life is being affected, you said, because of factory
Waste.
Waste. I was showing the other group that when you use the word affected, I think you need to use the preposition by. I think here we have to say affected by factory waste.
By of.
And you should actually maybe put a word here like this as being negatively affected. I'm going to do some research on this. Affect and by. Let's see if I can find something.
By factory waste. Yes.
Okay, we're going to take a break for 20 minutes. We'll come back after. But I'm checking out which preposition can we use with affect. I think we have to use by. Affected by. Yeah. After break, we'll look at that together. We'll look at which preposition can go with affect. So when you have the verb, this is like the past participle here is being. So here's these guys are, marine life is passive, is being affected by agent. With affect, I think we need to use the preposition by, but we will study that after break. We're going to go on break for 20 minutes right now because I have a special screen that I'm going to share. It looks like this. I'm going to show it to you just in case you're interested in seeing it like this. So I have this special screen.
Oh.
Is it beautiful? You like it?
Yes, teacher.
Do you like the colors? Canadian colors, Royal Canadian Institute of International Studies. We're really showing off the red and white. And a maple leaf, 6 maple leaves. Because we have 5 people here, and all of the Facebook people are the 6th Canadian contingent or group. Okay, so we'll come back at 7:05.
Famous teacher.
Sorry, Irma?
You will become a famous teacher?
I don't think I'm going to be that famous, no. Maybe we're famous for one day. So Facebook, Facebook Live people, we're going to come back at 7:05. We'll see you in less than 20 minutes. You guys can take a 20-minute break. I'll be back at 7:05. See you then. Hello, Facebook Live. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Pre-Academic 2 at RCIIS. Just going to wait for my students to come back. Welcome back, Carolina. Did you have something to eat?
Yes, teacher. I have a note.
We're going to go back to this when everyone comes back. We were talking about affect plus what preposition do we use with the verb affect. Marine life is being negatively affected by factory waste. Maybe I can put negatively at the end to keep the grammar beautiful here. The verbs. Marine life is being affected by factory waste. What is another word for affected? In the book it says affected, but I think the meaning that we want to use, the meaning is this one. Marine life is being destroyed by factory waste. I don't know why the book uses affected. I think it's just there. Someone maybe made the exercise very quickly, so they put this word, but this word is probably a little stronger. It is stronger. So while the other students are coming back, let me show you how you can study this. Like if you don't know what comes after affect, you can go to Google and put affect plus preposition, and it will give you something to find out if you're not sure. For example, I found this. Which preposition goes with affect? So what I did was I went to Google and I put affect plus preposition because I wasn't sure about all the prepositions because there are so many interesting situations. So I found this website and then I went there. Now because we're live on Facebook, I don't want to show the website in case there's some sort of copyright infringement. But on that website, the first preposition that I saw was by. So I just showed that to the students here, that when you don't know which preposition goes with which verb, you put the verb plus preposition, Google it, and then you can compare different websites, you can compare different information. And the dictionary is the best place. For example, some of the, I'm not going to say the brand names, but some of the big dictionary names out there can really help you with grammar too. But sometimes they don't have the answer, so you have to look elsewhere on the internet. Okay, so Carolina and, oh, this was Jennifer and Carolina, and then Irma and Manami. Did you have the same sentence? I think they had 100% the same thing, right? Marine life is being affected by, you put climate change, right, Manami?
Yes. Sorry. So climate changes.
Yeah, here I think it's better not to put, you don't need to put the S. We know there are many climate changes, but it's okay just to leave it like an uncountable noun. Like this, by climate change.
Okay.
It's like by bad weather, by, if you use a word like tornado or hurricane, then you should put the S. Tornadoes, hurricanes, like that. So marine life is being affected by climate change. Yeah. Remember this one before break? Affected. Affect means influence. I showed you that before break, so it's being influenced. But influenced is maybe not strong enough, so then you would probably have to use marine life is being influenced negatively. So because it's difficult to use this one, because with influence, you have to say if it's good or bad, for good or bad, I think affected is a better word. Marine life is being affected by climate change, and people know what that means. Nice. What about sentence number 2 for each group? Carolina?
The quality of the air is being lowered due to fumes from car.
Okay, I'm going to pull up the quality of the air is being lowered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Due to fumes from car.
Good. So the quality of the air is being lowered due to fumes from cars.
Fumes, okay.
Due to fumes from cars. Good. You could also say due to car fumes. That's possible, yeah. But it's perfect. It's beautiful. So you have your passive here. So this thing here is being lowered. You have the is being plus the past participle. What about group number 2? Sentence 2?
Yeah, we made a sentence that the city streets are being damaged as a result of heavy traffic.
Okay. The city streets are being damaged?
Yes.
As a result of heavy traffic?
Yes, that's correct.
So here's our preposition, as a result of heavy traffic. Okay. The city streets are being damaged as a result of heavy traffic going over the streets and damaging the streets. And let's go to number 3 for group number 1. I'm going to go like this. Sorry, I'm going to make this blue here. Your nice preposition phrase as a result of. And so Jennifer and Carolina, do you have sentence 3?
Yes, teacher. Landfills are overflowing.
Oh, good.
Because of the lack of recycling.
Because of the lack of the recycling?
Yeah, of recycling.
Okay. Good. So here's your preposition. And this one here, is this passive or active?
Passive.
ING. No passive.
Active.
It's active.
Yeah. What kind of verb is this? Simple present, simple past.
Present continuous.
Good. So this is
present simple. Present simple.
present continuous.
Present continuous.
So landfills are overflowing because of the lack of the recycling. I think here you don't need the because you're speaking about recycling in general. So you don't need to say the recycling. Also here, because of the lack of recycling, that's perfect. Yeah, number 3 for group 2.
Water is being contaminated because of factory waste.
Yeah, so water is being contaminated because of factory waste. Yeah, I think here, once again, I showed you before break, because of factory waste going into the water, it's being contaminated. If you want to be more direct, you can just say, water is being contaminated by this thing. But because of means because of factory waste going into the water and it not being cleaned, it is being contaminated. But if you want to be direct, you have an agent that's causing a problem, and you just say by agent. So the bank was robbed by the robbers, by the agent. So if you have something that is a strong like agent that's doing something, then it's nice to use by the agent. Okay, very good. So you can see we have the passive, water uncountable, is, not are, is, being past participle. The city streets plural are being past participle. We studied passive already. Why don't we do something together? I'll speak the sentence and you speak the sentence after me, okay? Just to practice. So number one, marine life is being affected by factory waste.
Marine life is being affected by factory waste.
Good. The quality of the air is being lowered due to fumes from cars.
The quality of the air is being lowered due to fumes from cars.
Fumes from cars. This one, this is active. Landfills are overflowing because of the lack of recycling.
Landfills are overflowing because of the lack of recycling.
Good. Marine life is being affected by climate change.
Marine life is being affected by
climate change.
Climate change.
Climate change.
Yesterday in one of our videos, we saw that polar bears can't go on the ice until it's formed, until it's solid. So maybe seals, maybe there are a lot of seals because the polar bears can't eat them. So maybe the polar bears are hungry, but the seals are happy. So this is like it's being affected. So it's not necessarily a negative thing for the seals, it's a positive thing. But for the polar bears, it's a negative thing. So affect can be, you can affect someone, you can influence people negatively or positively. Okay, what about this one? The city streets are being damaged as a result of heavy traffic.
The city streets are being damaged as a result of heavy traffic.
Good, last one. Water is being contaminated because of factory waste.
Water is being contaminated because of factory waste.
Or you can say water is being contaminated by factory waste. Can you do that?
Water is being contaminated by factory waste.
Okay, very good. Thank you, everyone. Phew, that's enough grammar for today and making sentences. We're going to do a listening exercise before you speak again. So I'm going to go to page 57 at the top here. We'll change topics a little to talk about characteristics. If you want to get a job, there are other people who want to get that job too, so you need to be competitive, right? if you want to look good in your job interview, you need to show self-confidence. You need to show the potential employer that you are confident. You are confident in what you can do. If you have a difficult job and you have to work 40 hours in a week, you need to have the characteristic of perseverance. You can't give up. You have to keep going. So today we're going to listen to 3 different people talk about recent events and activities in their lives. And what events and activities are they talking about? And what 2 qualities does each person demonstrate? So the qualities that you can choose from are money management, competitiveness, creativity, concern for others, perseverance, and self-confidence. So when you're listening, listen to what the people say, and then tell me what characteristics they show in this event. Also, try to listen to the event. It's not going to be easy. I'm not going to show you any words. So you have to listen carefully and tell me what event it is and what characteristics they show in the event. Do you understand? Okay, let's try. Let's go there together. Let's do this listening, and then we'll go back to speaking. And we'll do pronunciation also later. So this is the speaking exercise. You can look at this. We'll do this together. I'll move this out of the way. There we go.
Units 7 to 8, progress check. Page 57. Exercise 3, listening. I got it. Part A. Listen to people talk about recent events and activities in their lives. What events and activities are they talking about? What 2 qualities does each person's behavior demonstrate? Complete the chart. 1. Kate.
I did it! I did it!
Did what, Kate? What happened?
I can't believe it!
Kate, calm down. What happened?
I got it! I got into the company I auditioned for.
Really? That's fantastic. But I thought you auditioned and didn't make it.
That's right. And I felt really sad about it for a while because I know I have potential. I started thinking maybe I just needed to work harder. So I started dancing again on my own. And by practicing every day, I got better and better. Then I saw in the newspaper that auditions were being held again. I knew I could do it. So I went in, auditioned, and made it.
That's great. Congratulations.
2. Mark.
I could just kick myself.
Come on, Mark. It could happen to anyone.
I lost the game for us. All I had to do was kick it past the goalie.
Yeah, but that goalie is tough to get by.
No way. There was no one in the way. Everyone else was at the other end of the field.
Yeah, but we all miss one sometimes.
Well, my teammates aren't going to lose another game because of me.
3. Iris.
Iris, when did you start doing this?
Oh, a few months ago.
What made you start?
Well, it was my brother who inspired me. I've always wanted to paint or draw, but he was the artistic one. His paintings have been sold for big money at galleries, and, well, I had never even picked up a brush. But I started saving money every month until I had enough for this painting class. I'm so glad I did.
You're not bad, you know. I love the colors in this portrait.
Thanks.
Who is it?
It's you.
Ooh. Sorry, that was funny. You made a nice painting. It's so beautiful. Who is it? You. I would like to hear the end of that conversation. Irma's saying play it again, right? Let's see how many answers you got in the first time though. So here it says 2 qualities for each person. So for Kate, we need another quality. For Mark, we need 2 qualities. And for Iris, we need 2 qualities. First of all, did you hear what event Kate was talking about? What was she talking about? What did she do? Where did she go?
C, she got a company audition.
Ah, a company audition. What do people do for an audition? Like what is that? What is an audition?
Interview? No, job interview?
Yeah, it's like an interview, but for example, what kind of job do you need to do an audition for? If you want to be a teacher, I don't think you do an audition. You can do a practice teaching session.
Yeah.
But what is an audition?
Maybe for an artist or singer.
Exactly. Yeah. So if you want to be on TV, or if you want to do some sort of special music or something, then you audition. You play the guitar, you play the piano, you sing, and this is kind of like your interview. What qualities did she have? Perseverance, and what was the other one? Did you hear?
I think self-confidence.
Do you agree with her? Do you want us to check after?
But I'm not sure.
It's okay. We'll check everything after. What about Mark, the second person? What event or activity was he at or doing? What event was he at? What activity was he doing?
He lost his game for us.
Ah, was he playing a game? What game? So he lost the game. What game? What sport? Remember?
No.
So he lost the game. Okay, listen carefully next time. And he did something in the game. What did he do? He felt very bad about it. Do you remember? No? What about the characteristics, the qualities that Mark had? Jennifer, do you remember any characteristics? So this is the question. What two qualities does each person's behavior in that event or activity demonstrate?
Competitiveness.
Yeah, I think competitiveness. Yeah. He didn't want to lose. Good. Anything else?
Concern for others?
Concern for others?
No.
I don't know. We'll check after. We'll check. And then Iris. What about Iris? Where was she? What event was she at?
Creativity. She has a qualities, has creativity.
She showed creativity. So what was she doing? What was the activity?
Painting.
Yes. She took the painting class.
Okay, good. So she was in a painting class. What other qualities did she have or demonstrate?
Money management.
Yeah.
Money management.
Yeah, because she said she saved the money to take a class or to buy the brush. I don't know, but.
Good. Okay, let's listen one more time, Inami, and then everyone check the answers here, and let's see if we can change the answers to try to get perfect answers here together. I'm going to do it too, okay? First time I wasn't paying attention. This time I'm really going to pay attention for 2 minutes. Here we go.
Units 7 to 8, Progress Check. Page 57. Exercise 3. Listening. I got it. Part A. Listen to people talk about recent events and activities in their lives. What events and activities are they talking about? What two qualities does each person's behavior demonstrate? Complete the chart. 1. Kate.
I did it! I did it!
Did what, Kate? What happened?
I can't believe it!
Kate, calm down. What happened?
I got it! I got into the company I auditioned for.
Really? That's fantastic. But I thought you auditioned and didn't make it.
That's right. And I felt really sad about it for a while because I know I have potential. I started thinking maybe I just needed to work harder. So I started dancing again on my own. And by practicing every day, I got better and better. Then I saw in the newspaper that auditions were being held again. I knew I could do it. So I went in, auditioned, and made it.
That's great. Congratulations.
2. Mark.
I could just kick myself.
Come on, Mark. It could happen to anyone.
I lost the game for us. All I had to do was kick it past the goalie.
Yeah, but that goalie is tough to get by.
No way. There was no one in the way. Everyone else was at the other end of the field.
Yeah, but we all miss one sometimes.
Well, my teammates aren't going to lose another game because of me.
3. Iris.
Iris, when did you start doing this?
Oh, a few months ago.
What made you start?
Well, it was my brother who inspired me. I've always wanted to paint or draw, but he was the artistic one. His paintings have been sold for big money at galleries, and, well, I had never even picked up a brush. But I started saving money every month until I had enough for this painting class. I'm so glad I did.
You're not bad, you know. I love the colors in this portrait.
Thanks.
Who is it?
It's you.
Carolina thinks it's funny, right? Okay, here are the answers. C and A and C, B and D, E and F. From the top to the bottom. Save money to take a painting class, missed a goal. Lost the game because it was a specific game, I guess, but that's okay if we put on here. Got into the company she auditioned for. We're perfect. Look at that. Ding, ding, ding. Together, we can do it. Alone, we can do it too, if we try. Did you like this listening activity? I think it went fairly well because we worked together. Of course, on the test, you can't work together, but you get to listen 2 times. In my level anyway. I don't know about other classes. Maybe in a higher level, you will only listen once sometimes, but I'm not sure. On an IELTS test, sometimes you have to listen very carefully because it's tricky. It's more difficult than this. So if this is like level 3 English, then IELTS might be like level 5. So that's it for listening. For now, we're going to look at a speaking activity. Why don't you do this speaking activity? It's a little bit more relaxed. You can look at it together here. I'm going to erase the board and put some of this on the board. So it says, read these problems that friends sometimes have with each other. So 1, 2, 3 problems. Suggest solutions for each problem. So number 1, your friend is always criticizing you and your friends. So you can use these things. You can say one thing to do is, the best thing to do is to talk to your friend and say how you feel. Another way to help is, so use these expressions to talk about how you would solve these problems. If your friend is always criticizing you, maybe you need to talk to your friend, tell them how you feel, tell them you don't appreciate criticism. They should say something positive sometimes. Number 2, your best friend never pays for his or her share at group dinners. When you go to a restaurant, your friend never pays. You have to pay for your friend. How do you talk to your friend about that? Number 3, a friend is having a party and you weren't invited. How do you solve that problem? You can suggest something to the other person that you're speaking to, your partner. Do you have any of these problems? I have difficulty with people sometimes. Do you? Yeah? No, not too much conflict in Minami's life, right? But you know, conflict is okay because you need to express your feelings sometimes. It's okay. As long as you don't get very angry and do something crazy. If you tell a person, you know, I don't appreciate it when you do this or that. I think that's okay. You can say it in a nice voice. You don't have to get very angry. Say, oh, I want to talk to you about something. You know, I get 10 emails from you every week, and all of these emails are negative, like these videos you send me and things. I don't like them. Can you please stop sending me these? Or you can do something like you can send your friend a video and see if they will watch it, and then ask them, did you watch the video? And then if they didn't watch the video, you can say, why do you send me 10 videos and you want me to watch 10 videos, but you never watch any videos I send you? Is that too strong, Minami? A little strong? That's what I do.
I think so.
But you know, feelings are important, right? Because we're not only people with brains and bodies, we also have emotions, and that's very important in our relationships. So let's practice in pairs. You can do this. I'll send it to you. And then when you're finished, we'll come together and you can share some of your ideas with the class. So here's the file, everyone. I'm going to send it to you right now. If you check your inbox, you can see there's discussion. The title says the subject is discussion, and then there's a file for you. Who was here before break in the main room? I think it was Jennifer and Caroline. No? Before break. Okay, Jennifer and Carolina, do you want to go to the breakout room? You can do that privately over there. And Minami and Irma, you can stay here and practice this discussion. How many minutes would you like? 10 minutes? 12 minutes? 15 minutes?
15 minutes is too long, I think.
Okay, what about 10 minutes? Irma? 5 minutes? You only want 5 minutes. Maybe it's a little short because...
It's too short.
How about we make a compromise? 8 minutes?
8 minutes?
Okay, so speak about, try to find 1 or 2 good solutions in 8 minutes, and then we'll come back and you can share them with the class. Okay, so only Carolina and Jennifer, you can go to the breakout room. Minami and Irma, please stay here. So Irma, stay here. Minami, stay here. Carolina, Jennifer, goodbye. Thank you. Okay, go ahead. You have 8 minutes. I'm going to be quiet.
Okay. So Irma.
Minami. Okay.
Are you ready?
No, but
okay. So your friend is always criticizing you and your other friend. So what do you do, or what do you think is better to solve that?
For me, the best thing to do in this situation is talk with her or with him and play. And I tell him that I don't want more criticizing about my friends. For me, it's not problem, but my friends know. It said about things. Our problem with the present day.
Yeah. So exactly, and I think it's hard for me to tell the want to stop the criticizing.
Yeah.
Yes. So maybe I think one thing to do is to be far, no, to be distance, no, to be far from someone who criticizes me and my friends. It's better, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think it's not. It is not good idea to ignore someone who criticized me and my friend, but I wanted to be far from them. Yes.
Yes. in my presence, didn't or don't talk about my friend.
Yeah. Yes.
Why I'm stay here? Don't talk about my friend.
Yes. Okay. So next step, your best friend never paid for his or her share at group dinners. So what do you do?
Oh, never paid. Ooh. One thing to do is I can ask him. I can ask first ask him, but if she can pay or she doesn't or he doesn't can pay her own dinner, I can borrow.
I see.
Or I can let how is it called?
Yes, I understand it.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a good idea that, but I don't want to lend someone my money because it's called trouble. Yes, so another way to do is but difficult. Another way to think. Yeah.
Maybe it's okay. Share social group. Share with my time when my topics, talk about topics with other people or other group at dinner.
So what? Sorry. One more time, please. I don't catch the meaning completely.
Oh, I have and you don't hear me?
Yes, I heard your voice. So, sorry, one more time, please.
And these questions.
Yes. Questions. Second one. So, what did you say before?
Some friends don't think about the importance to share with other groups.
Yes.
And it's important to do our reflections with care, with him.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I think. So. It's difficult to imagine the situation because I've never had the situation, but so I think the best thing to do is to discuss the full paid.
Yeah.
Full paid.
But maybe we needed know about customs.
Yeah.
And
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Great.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I read that question. A friend is having a party and you weren't invited.
Difficult. The best thing to do is to pretend.
I will cry.
Yes. It made me so sad. Yes. But maybe it's the better to do is pretend the usually, right? Pretend the usual, yeah.
Yes.
How about you?
In this situation, 2 years ago, I lived this same situation. In this
really?
Yeah. Okay. But I was invited. But I don't have my
seat, right?
Yes, my seat and that table and that group with my friends. Oh no, where I can sit in this.
So what did you do? So in this situation,
and that I sit down and other. So far with my friends, and I was bad.
Sounds so terrible.
Okay, we can listen to your stories together. I heard someone use borrow and lend. They were a little confused. So when you can remember this way, like pa and ba have a similar sound. And
I lend.
Rich lend. So poor, borrow, rich lend. So if you don't have money, you borrow. If you have money, you lend.
Yes. I will lend to my friends. Yeah.
And let's hear from Carolina and Jennifer. Your friend is always criticizing you and your friends. What is this? What is the solution that you can suggest here? What is your solution to this problem?
Try to talk with her or with him about the situation and
the best way to solve this problem is to talk to him or her.
Yeah, and to let him know I don't like this situation.
Good. and to I'm going to say them because it's easier. Them is him or her. To let them know you don't. You should say you don't. When you're speaking in general, say you don't like this situation. Sorry, my writing's so small. So the best way to solve this problem is to talk to him or her and to let them know you don't like this situation. So we use you when you're talking about giving advice to people. If you want to go to the airport in Toronto, you should take the subway to Kipling Station, and then you should take a bus. So you use you when you're giving advice. Sorry, my handwriting's so small. Let's go to Jennifer and Minami. Your best friend never pays their share at a group dinner. Sorry, it was Irma and Minami. Sorry. Sorry. Your best friend never pays. What do you say to your best friend, or what do you do?
One thing is talk with him or with him, with her.
One thing to do is to talk to, I'm going to put them. Them is the same as him or her. It's easier to use them. One thing to do is to talk to them
about our customs.
Oh, okay. About our customs. Our customs. Is that like the customs in your country? Like everyone should pay a little? You're going to teach them. Good. So you could say this, they need to be taught customs, right?
Yeah.
So this is good English. They need to be taught. They are passive. They need to be taught, or they need to be schooled. What is this? They need to be schooled. This is slang.
They need to be.
Yeah, but we don't use this in formal language. This is like on the street. This is street language. They need to be schooled.
Schooled.
Yeah, but I just thought I'd throw some slang in there for. Usually you use schooled for like, if you're playing basketball with me and you think you are so good, but I'm professional, then I will school you. You need to be schooled by me. I need to teach you something. All right, number 3. A friend is having a party. A party? Ah, 2 parties. Okay, a friend is having a party and you weren't invited. What's the solution? Or what is a solution to this? Jennifer, do you have a solution?
Maybe ask to my friend the reason where I know invited.
Okay, the reason why. Let's do the reason why I invited. What verb are you going to use here?
Didn't.
So
No,
I'm passive.
I was.
Negative?
I
wasn't.
Yeah, wasn't.
Good. Because this one is the past participle. Right? Past participles here. So you need the be verb here. I wasn't invited by them. Right? Good. So all of these solutions have something to do with talk. That's how you can solve problems in the world, by talking. But how do you talk? Do you talk with an angry voice? Or do you talk with a peaceful voice? Sometimes we get angry and it's not good, right? So we have to try to be peaceful and keep our cool. Take a deep breath. It's not easy. That's the difficult part, right? For some people, talking is difficult. For other people, being peaceful or staying cool is difficult. I think for me, talking is easy. I can talk to people. I can phone them and tell them how I feel. But it's difficult for me to stay peaceful, or that's the difficult part. What about you? Is it the same? So? Or is talking the difficult part?
Yes, it's a difficult, I think.
I see, yeah. Okay, so we're finished with this. Thank you. We can see you can solve your problems by talking. Nicely. This was good for you to speak like fluently, or to practice speaking fluently, easily. We're going to go to another activity here. I have a pronunciation activity. Sometimes in English, your voice needs to go up, and sometimes your voice needs to go down. Your voice going up at the end of a sentence is called intonation, or your voice going down at the end of a sentence, that's also intonation. Tone is like the sound, high tone, low tone. So let's look in the book together at intonation. You can see here, there's intonation in these questions. So the arrows here show this voice going up or down. I need to find my tools. Oh, they're over there. They were hiding behind my floating window. So this thing here shows the voice going up, and then your voice is going down. Why does your voice go up and down? It's because of this or. When you have a choice like this, use the word or. For choice, we use or. When you want to choose. So for choosing something, or for quote unquote choice, making a choice, giving people a choice. Let's listen together.
Page 51, Exercise 3, Pronunciation. Intonation in questions of choice. Listen and practice. Notice the intonation in questions of choice.
Would you prefer to study online or at a school?
Would you rather learn something fun or useful?
So you can hear the voice going first up on the first choice and down on the second choice. What if we change the order? What if we say, would you prefer to study online or at school? It sounds kind of crazy, right? So that's why you first go up or down. We never say, would you like to go down or up? No. So in English, there's this order, up or down. Before colored televisions, we had black and white televisions. I don't know why those words go that salt and pepper. Some words in English just go together that way. We never say, can you give me some pepper and salt? It's always salt and pepper. So with intonation here, it's like up or down. Would you prefer to study online or at a school? Would you rather learn something fun or useful? Do you want to practice speaking them? Irma, can you read number 1 and 2 for me?
Yes. Would you prefer to study online or at the school?
Good. And number 2, Irma, can you do it?
Would you rather learn something fun or useful?
Perfect. Manami, can you do it?
Sure. So, would you prefer to study online or at school? Would you rather learn something fun or useful?
Good. Carolina, you can practice too.
Yes, teacher. Would you prefer to study online or at a school? Would you rather learn something fun or useful?
Good. Good, very good. Jennifer, can you try?
Would you prefer to study online or at the school? Would you rather learn something fun or useful?
Good. So rather or useful?
Rather.
This one has kind of like a U.
Useful. Useful.
This is not the best way to do pronunciation, but just trying to help students here. Useful. Not useful. I use the subway every day. It's kind of like a Z sound. I use the subway. Or useful. Because we have the F here. We don't say useful, but useful. Would you rather learn something fun or useful? What about you, Minami? Can you answer the question? Would you prefer to study online or at a school?
I prefer to study at the school.
Oh, okay. And would you rather learn something fun or useful?
I'd rather study something fun.
Really?
Really.
Oh, okay. What about English? Is English fun?
Yes, I think so.
You think so?
Yeah.
Jennifer's like 50%, right? 50-50. I tried to make the class fun. I enjoy teaching. If I get very serious and change my personality, then no one will have fun. That's why I try to like make you laugh and everything. 4 hours can be a long time, but if we have fun, it won't be too long. I have something for us to look at. It's 8 o'clock. We're live for 18 more minutes, and after that, you can give a short speech to say goodbye to the class, and we'll talk about Christmas, and then we'll go. But let's do something different now. Maybe you have not seen this before. Let's check. I'm going to check if you've seen this. Have you seen this file before? This is our last class together. So it's important to do some reflection about your experience. What have you learned in this class over the past 4 weeks? In 4 weeks' time. So what have you learned in this class? Can you remember anything that has been useful to you?
Yes.
Okay, can you say something? Like just anything, just general or specific? Let's reflect together on our experience. So question number 1, what have you learned?
I learned how to say personality.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, personality and pleasant, perfect, right? Pleasant, perfect, or passive voice or active voice, which is correct to like say something. And what else?
What about speaking? Anyone? Carolina, Irma, Jennifer, have you learned anything new?
Yes, teacher. I have learned a lot of how can I speak more and allow a little more fluid and maybe use for verbs and adjectives that I don't know before.
Oh, good, good. Yeah, so this is our last class together, so it's important for us to reflect and take something with us to the next level with us. So Irma and Jennifer, have you learned anything? What about Jennifer?
In my case, teacher, I think I feel more confidence. I have more confidence when I speak for about a topic. When in another time I can do it. For me, it's good.
That's good. That's good. That's very good because you need to keep practicing, right? And I need to keep practicing. Sometimes I can't speak English. Honestly, my mouth is just not moving. Like right now, I can't put all the words in my mouth that I want to put in there, and so I need to keep practicing. And everyone is improving. I'm improving. I learn many things about prepositions and things that I need to learn so I can be a better teacher in the future. Irma, what about you? Have you learned anything? And what have you learned?
I learned in this class about other words and how can I speak? How can I speak and intonation?
Good. How to speak fluently, or how I have learned how I can say something with new vocabulary. Good. Or with different words. Good. There's another question that I want you to help me with, okay? So you can help me. We're going to skip a few questions. Was it easy? Was it difficult? I need to do these questions. But these two questions here, how can we make our classes better? And if you were a teacher, how would you make your class educational, so people learn something, interesting, and fun? Can you give me some ideas so I can be a better teacher in the future? What should I do differently? Should I correct your mistakes more? Or should we play more games? Or should we do more writing? Or do you want more grammar exercises? What? You can tell me. It's okay. I won't be offended. You're going to help me if you tell me something. And I will be like, yeah.
I think for my opinion, I like to do listening when we have in our room break for the conversation. For then you correct our mistakes in speaking. Because when I was talking, for example, with Natalia, and I sometimes finish it more confused about the vocabulary.
Oh, okay. I see. So you felt more confused than when you started speaking. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry that sometimes I was busy preparing files or the next email that I would send you. So today I tried to do a lot of listening, but some days I was not a very good listener. So in the future, thank you, Carolina. I will try to prepare more before the class or to get things done faster so that I can spend more time listening to students and then giving immediate feedback. Yeah, I've heard this at another school too. They said it's very important that students feel like they have improved every class. So that's very important. I'm going to try to keep that in mind. It takes a lot of energy to be a teacher. It takes energy because you have to manage everything going on in your brain. You have to manage your time. Like I have my lesson plan, but I also have to manage what's going on in the classroom. So two things. What are we doing next? But also what are we doing now? So two things. I'll try better in the future, and I hope that I'll try harder and I'll try to be a better listener. Thank you, Carolina. Very good. Anyone else? Do you have any suggestions for this class? Is anything kind of boring in this class? Like maybe the listening or the videos? Not useful.
I don't think so. I don't think so. This class is good. I think so. Because in my experience, in my old school in Japan, so like a high school or middle high school, so we didn't have a conversation in English during the English class. So I think it's boring in English. But this class has a lot of conversation in English during using the new vocabulary and new grammar we learned. So I think it's useful to use the word and vocabulary in our life. So yeah, I think it's good.
Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you. So that's something I should continue doing. Give students an opportunity to speak because you need to practice and yeah. Okay. Anything else? Irma, Jennifer, do you have anything you want to say? Like, teacher, you need to fix this. You need to fix that. It's your time to hit me across the face, slap.
Oh, but I feel comfortable in this class, teacher. Thank you for everything. But I think when you put something in the blackboard,
whiteboard, yeah.
Something I want to copy, but when I can read, oh my God, the teacher is eraser. Oh my God.
Sorry.
Teacher, I sometimes I need more time for copy.
Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. In the future, I should ask students.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. It's my only that is my only suggest.
Okay, suggestion.
Yeah, so only ask teacher, students if you can erase blackboard. But my problem not is and write and the sentence because I print screen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so in the future, I should ask students because I'm actually putting things here for you, not for me. So I should ask you if you have seen it, if you have read it, if you have been able to take it in and write it down. I'm sorry. Thank you for the good suggestions. Yeah. So maybe these things have to do something with my personality. Maybe I like to do everything quickly, you know? I listen quickly and I erase quickly, but I need to slow down, listen carefully.
Yeah, sometimes you talk quickly. What did say? What did say?
But I feel like I'm speaking slowly, but I know that I can do better. I can try to find a way. It's not enough to make students laugh. That's not enough. It's not enough to go, no, we have 4 hours together every day, so we have to learn something. We have to get something every day. And it's not enough just to say, here, do homework either, right? That's
No.
not enough. So, because students have to feel like they're able to understand and to feel like they have achieved something. So it's been my pleasure to have all 4 of you in my class. I know next week you're not going to be in my class. And you can say a goodbye speech to each other in about 10 or 15 minutes after we go off live. So we have 6 more minutes of live Facebook. And I'm wondering if we could look at one more activity together, and then we'll say goodbye to our Facebook viewers. I had one more here. And we're talking about personality, and this is after break today. This has been something that we saw in the listening. This is something that we were talking about ourselves. And so here's the vocabulary that we studied in I think it's unit 8, 7 or 8. Let me just check the bottom. It's unit 8. So this was the last unit that we did. And I sent this to you by email because we didn't have enough time to do this in class. So here are some life skills, or they could also be like characteristics like self-discipline, tolerance, communication skills. Let's talk about this. How do we learn each of these things? So how do you learn communication skills? Do you learn them from your parents, from school, or on your own? Or everything? 1, 2, 3.
I think our own.
Tsunami?
Yes.
From parents?
No, it's on our own.
Okay, so you learn communication skills on your own. I think that I think when you're young, in my opinion, you learn them from your parents. And in Canada, we definitely learn them at school from our teachers. But yeah, on your own too. So it depends on your life stage, right? What about competitiveness? To be a competitive employee or to be a competitive person in general. Do you learn that from your parents, from school, or on your own?
From school.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Concern for others. To have concern for others.
From parents.
Yeah, I think I learned this from my parents.
From parents.
Cooperation.
How to cooperate with people, to get along and to work together.
Parents.
From parents.
I think both.
From school.
Yeah.
From school?
Our own.
What about creativity? Did you learn any
in the school?
Yeah. What about on your own? Do you agree?
Yeah.
Some people are born with creative gifts, yeah. Money management. Where do you learn this?
Parents? No.
On our own.
Perseverance?
From parents.
From parents.
I think for me, on our own. I think for me, that's how I learn perseverance. I keep doing the same thing. Problem solving. How did you learn how to solve problems?
From school.
School?
Yeah, I think.
Anyone else? Carolina?
In this moment, on our own.
On our own, yeah. From parents? Are your parents good problem solvers?
No, not always.
Self-confidence. Self-confidence.
On our own.
You know, I think some of my teachers helped me when I was younger. They helped me to really believe that I could do something.
Yeah.
And I think if you have really strong parents who encourage you, what about self-discipline? Disciplining yourself.
On our own.
Yeah. Time management, tolerance. Where do you learn these things? They're all positive things here.
I think from parents and school.
You learn
the school.
And tolerance?
On our own?
Yeah, hopefully your parents can teach you. I think for me, at school, people taught me to be tolerant. So now it's 8:20, and we said we're going to go off live Facebook. So we're getting, it's like a marathon, 4 hours, but it's good exercise. So So we're going to say goodbye to Facebook Live. So do any of you students want to say anything to Facebook Live? Do you want to say goodbye or thanks for joining us?
Thank you for watching online today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for watching our class. It's been our pleasure to have you. And we hope that you can join us at the school someday if you're a student, or if you're a marketer, or if you're visiting Toronto and the school is open in the future. Right now it's closed. I'm here. I'm the only one here in the building. But I hope to meet some of you in the future. And yeah, thank you for watching our class. And we're going to go offline now. So all the best to everyone. Bye-bye, everyone.